very first Chinese Grand Prix in 2004, Shanghai has consistently provided close racing and extraordinary memories. It's where Lewis Hamilton effectively lost the title in his rookie year, and it's where Nico Rosberg claimed Mercedes' first win of the modern era in 2012. Shanghai International Circuit then, a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests a driver's patience, and the flat, open to the elements location, tests their skill in a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and overtaking is available into turn 1, and of course down the kilometre-long back straight into the hairpin at turn 14. Joining me once again to take you through this race is the effervescent Anthony Davidson, and I'm very much looking forward to it getting underway. You raced here, of course, didn't you, back in your Super Aguri days in that infamous Chinese Grand Prix of 2007?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't last that long, though, unfortunately. Qualifying had gone pretty well, but my brakes failed quite early in the race, around lap 10 or 11, something like that. And of course, back in 2004, I was the very first Formula 1 driver to complete a lap of this circuit. Just thought I'd mention that for you, Crofty. You like a good stat. It's a fairly tough circuit on the brakes here, though. You know, there's that long back straight down into turn 14, and then you got turns 6 and 11. They're quite heavy as well. On top of that, managing your front tyre wear is always a challenge around here, so there's a lot to keep in mind during the Grand Prix.
Let's go out there and push for at least 18th place.
So 18th place. Let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Kimi Raikkonen's perfect lap yesterday sees him start from pole position, and starting alongside him P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Nico Rosberg and Ricciardo, Massa, Bottas, Sainz and Daniel Kvyat, Perez, Alonso, Jenson Button and Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Gutierrez, Kevin Magnussen and Jolyon Palmer, Nasser and Haryanto, a Sauber and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Yeah, so that's very interesting how Ferrari managed to get the front row lockout, but it wasn't really surprising to me anyway, because I saw in practice sessions that Vettel was able to set the fastest time on the medium compound tyre, whilst Mercedes had to use a softer compound version in order to just kind of stay within their reach. So that wasn't really as expected. But anyway, strategy is a little bit strange because we don't know how the weather's going to get on today. It is obviously raining, but it's light rain, so it's only good for intermediate conditions. The start could have been better.
You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
So I want to clear as much water as I can on my side of the track. I'll probably be going around here, around the outside of everyone, like I did in Bahrain, of course. Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to this career mode series. Now obviously I'm on the formation lap and you have no idea what has happened previously before that. So just to keep you up to date, I'm going to show you my laptop and the grid order for today's race. Okay, so now you've seen all that. Let me just tell you about what I think about qualifying in P21. Now obviously, because I am trying to find... Oh, I've been removed from the formation lap, oh well. Anyway, at least this gives me more time to talk. So, oh, he's pulled up as well. So, in Australia, which was my first race, I put it on Expert. Then I put it up to Legend for the next race, the second race in Bahrain, and now I'm on Ultimate for China. I'm not quite sure what is my perfect kind of AI skill level. For myself personally, I am thinking it's Legends. I think Ultimate's a little bit too quick for me. but I found the race in Bahrain a little bit too unrealistic, so I've tried to change things up a bit, and well, here we are, we're on ultimate difficulty, so this is going to be a huge challenge for me, and I'll tell you in the next race in Russia what difficulty I have it at. So it's a Mercedes 3.5, surprisingly. We all headed to Russia, we all headed to China thinking that it would be a Mercedes 1.2, like it has been for the past few races. I mean, yeah, of course, Bahrain, they should have had a 1.2 there, but of course Rosberg's engine failed. So yeah, here we go anyway. It's a Ferrari 1.2, surprisingly. Alonso won this race in 2013 in the Ferrari, so well, that's interesting. I got out-qualified by one manner, which is a bit embarrassing, but it is ultimate difficulty. So here we go then, we're ready for this race start. We had an awesome race start in Bahrain. What are we going to do here? Pretty average, and well, now, we actually gain a bit of, oh my goodness. Okay, we've collided with my teammates. Yeah, we go, oh goodness me. Illegal overtake. I don't think that was illegal in any way. But I guess I gotta let the position back anyway, so that was a bit unfortunate there on the race start. But, wow. First of all, let's have a look at what actually happened, because that was quite unexpected, and oh, we just missed out on the collision, but at least we get to know what kind of damage everyone has. No! Okay. Hamilton's got the lead somehow, so that's annoying. Anyway, here we go then. Down the inside of Gutierrez. Gonna get this place back off him. There's a bit of battling going on here for the final points position. We got a great run then compared to Grosjean. We might be able to go around the outside, but that is really tricky to do it, especially when the track's really wet on places where cars don't run under. We're going to try and dive it down the inside. He gives us the space at the last minute, and we've got the inside line, and we do get Grosjean, so we're up into 15th place then. We were supposed to actually get 18th place or higher, so we're already achieving our objectives here, but we've got to maintain that for the rest of the race. Of course, this is our first ever wet session, let alone a wet race in our career mode, and it's only the third race, so yeah. Unsurprisingly, of course, the safety car wasn't called out because all the cars have continued going. We missed the apex by a long way, but we get good traction out of it because of it. Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the race on lap 1. We go extremely wide here. We didn't really gain time. We pretty much lost it there, and oh dear, Nasser is into the pits. That is the worst start to the Chinese Grand Prix that we could have made. Although I'm doing well at the moment, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I can do anything more. We're catching Button actually. Trust it to be my teammate who loses their front wing. Right, here we go. Down the inside, and we actually hit someone, and we have to restart that. Down the inside of Button. That was a bit too forceful, but we're gonna make it stick here. We're in a Sauber. Every point counts. Every position taking an overtake is crucial. That's a bit too far back to do a move like I did on Grosjean on the previous lap. Still behind Hulkenberg. He closed up on the braking zone slightly there. th place, there's Button behind me, he's in 15th. No DRS of course in wet conditions. This time I do clip the apex. Hamilton still leads, although, interestingly, the cars behind him are setting the fastest laps. So whether Hamilton's just saving fuel or saving his tyres to do a no-stop during this race, well, we just have to find out, really. Take a really wide approach to this corner on the third lap of the race. Our tyres are doing okay. Oh, there you go. Just confirmation there. I've got no damage, which is really good to see. Hulkenberg's really slow here. We might be able to catch up and perhaps do a little move down the inside here. Let's try it. Yes, we managed to do it. And we're up into 13th place. So that move was different to Grosjean, although it was at the same place. We positioned our car a little bit differently, so yeah, that's interesting to see. 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th. So that Force India that you can see, those three cars at the head of that three-car battle there is 1 point, and we could potentially get that. Although Hulkenberg's trying to look down the inside here. He'll probably go for it, or maybe not. Let's cover this line here and accelerate away. And Alonso, I think that's Alonso anyway, has gotten 10th place. Oh, we hit the cone there, but we managed to keep the car on track for once.
Okay, at this rate we'll finish with a little extra fuel, so you have some in hand to run a faster engine mode for a bit. Okay, distance to teammate, 35.0 seconds.
35 seconds. Oh dear. Considering a pit stop would take, what, 25 seconds? Although saying that, he did have damage on his in-lap to the pit, so yeah, that's to account for too. All these cars ahead are going so slowly here. They're trying to battle for position, so I could do something here. You could just see how slowly they went. I was nearly gonna go switch to the left or to the right to just try and avoid them all. Right, can we go down the outside of Perez? We're onto the grass. No, don't do that. Down the inside here, let's try. No. Sainz closes the door. Alonso's getting away a bit here. So the Force India are really struggling here. They're usually the fifth fastest team, or actually in real life they're the fourth fastest now. But in this career mode they are really struggling here. Those updates are, well, Force India haven't actually brought any updates yet, so that's probably why. Toro Rosso have. I'm not quite sure about McLaren. We go onto the curb here, that's lost us a bit of time. Go the inside line. Hamilton still leads, and whoa! Suddenly he's got a huge lead. That is some lead he has. We just want to get some points on the board here. down. We still closing on signs here. This is really close now, closer than I've ever been before. Good, good. That was good. Are we close enough? We're catching very slightly. It's not quite enough.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Ah, not doing that, no. Right behind signs, we could be looking for a move down into turn 1. Well, there is a bump. There it is. Down the inside, here we go. Give him the... Oh, we don't give him any room, actually. Well, a little bit of room, but anyway. Down the inside. No accelerating, just coast it into the corner. And we are now up into P9. That is P9. That is absolutely incredible. Can we catch Alonso now? What a big story this would be if we were able to do that. Let's pull it up into Rich and have a go, because we do have the right amount of fuel to do so. Although we really do want to actually save our tyres, because we don't want them blowing up. We've still got 2 more laps to do to get into this position of points. We did actually need to push a little bit harder. Yep, I think now it's all about defending. Hamilton surely has this victory in the bag. It's going to be 3 out of 3 for him. There's signs. But we should be able to get him. Yes, we do.
3 laps of fuel remaining.
3 laps of fuel. And there are 3 laps left to go. Now it'll be 2 as we cross the line for 2 laps to go. So then this race has been quite interesting. Not the best race in the world, but yeah, I'm really happy with my performance today. Of course, it's not over yet, but yeah, I'm just really happy. I didn't really expect myself to get points.
This light rain is going to be with us for a while now.
I never expected points in a Sauber in ultimate difficulty on the 3rd race of the year. But anyway, this is what's going on, this is what has happened. The Williams pitted, and that just gifted us these points, really. So thank you very much, Williams. Please do that every race. 2-stop strategy is the way to go for the Russian Grand Prix. I'm just saying that now. And to any other team as well, except for Sauber, of course. 1-stop's probably the best. As you can see by my acceleration there, when I go through that corner there, just watch my acceleration bar on the bottom right hand corner, because it's really interesting to see what I do there. Each lap is different, whether I brake or just accelerate for 50% and then put it up into 100. Let's just squeeze signs like we've done throughout the past few laps since we overtook him, and it's definitely going to be 9th place. Here we go, ring-a-ding-a-ding, last lap.
This is your
83%. 83%, that is tyre puncture level. And look, you can see by that first corner how I just go so wide, and oh my goodness me. Okay, so there's been a crash. I really fear that it was the same mistake I made before. Look, I go wide, and he tries to come up. See, that's what I do. I have a different driving style. Oh dear. Well, that just happened. Who's going to take 10th? Because Perez has got damage to his front wing. There's no way I'm going to catch Alonso now. And just by that first corner, I've got to take it really cautiously now, because I do not want a puncture with just half a lap to go. This is going to be incredible. On a day where I'm going to beat my teammate, and of course I really need to beat Nazar as well, because he is 25 out of 30 on the driver rivalry thing, and I'm 19 out of 20. No, not. He's 20. Nazar is 25 out of 30 in the driver rivalry thing that we have going against each other as teammates. I'm 19 out of 20.
Okay, gap ahead is 7.0 seconds.
And as well, Nazar, he was 25 out of 30 on his driver rivalry thing against me. I was 19 out of 30, so I might be able to not win it, but just, you know, just give me like a little bit of a more of a realistic chance to try and beat him in this. Hamilton wins the race, well done to him, but I think the driver of the day has to be the Sauber driver again. From 21st on the grid to 9th place is absolutely incredible. Of course Williams helped me, but well, there you go, 9th place it is then for the Grand Prix, and look at that, we've managed to get a big gap then to Perez in the end.
Super driving.
Super driving indeed, 9th place.
A great win then for the Mercedes team today. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
It's a heroic effort for any driver to race in conditions like these, and seeing them fight their way to the front was very special indeed. They were able to find all the grip, all the good lines, and had the confidence to get on the power to top it all off. That's what pushed them into first place here today.
Well done, Alonso's happy with 8th. That was a good race from him.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today.
So that's the team we've got to beat, really, in the future. Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, Williams. Williams look beatable, and they were beatable today after a strategic error.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
From my point of view, it would have to be the Sauber driver. They
Yay.
fought so hard and had incredible pace at times, so I don't think anyone else did a better job today.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today, as they make their way up the standings. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So, Nasser finished last. He was way off the pace in this race, and it all came down to the first corner, which we'll find out in just a second what happened there. Kvyat managed to get 7th in the Toro Rosso. That's a great performance for him. Sainz from 9th to 19th. Oh dear. Oh, that's because... Oh yeah, that was because of the spin there. Of course. Verline moved up a few places as well from last place. A lot of movers who moved up, and those who moved down. Vettel and Raikkonen. I think what happened really is Raikkonen had that issue. He held up Vettel, and they weren't able to catch the Mercedes to that point. 2 points. Wow, let's have a look at the replay. So here we go for the start of the race. Let's who are we riding on board with? Myself. Let's have a look at what happened at the front of the field. Here we go then, it's time for the Chinese Grand Prix. And as we can see up ahead, and whoa! Hamilton is into the lead of this Grand Prix. Now, that is probably the best start I've ever seen. We've got to ride on board with him. Let's just ride on board with him. This has to be the best start I've ever seen anyone do. Absolutely fantastic. Into the lead. Into the first corner first. Now Raikkonen had a few issues with power apparently, so let's have a look at what happened here. Well, we pulled down a bit there at the second phase of the start, and there goes Hamilton. And that's pretty much it, and there's Rosberg trying to fight back. Right, let's ride on board now with Rio Haryanto, who caused all that chaos. Here he is down the inside. Oh, and he gets a hit. I think that was me actually. Oh dear, and whoa! Inexperienced driving really causing that problem for him. But yeah, that wasn't really clever at all. Oh, and there is the second clip. Oh, and there's why NASA lost his front wing. Oh dear, that is not great. Now, obviously, most people would leave the blame down to myself. Now, this is what I thought happened. So let's just ride on board what my view was, okay? So at the start of the race, off we go. Gaining places there. Now, obviously, there's the bump there, as you can see, and that kind of unsettled the car slightly. I actually touched NASA there, and I moved to the right hand side as we sidepod glitch, but I controlled that one, and then look at that, Rio Haryanto whamming into the back of everybody. I was lucky really to avoid that incident, and that is really what happened. So that is the Grand Prix. Let's have a look at any incidents or penalties. A lot of people got warnings. I got a warning for a collision with NASA, but that's about it. Perez got a warning for a collision with Sainz twice. What a race that has been. And
after
well,
this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
From my point of view, it would have to be the Sauber driver. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
so yeah, we stay in 9th place in the constructors, but we do move up into 13th in the drivers, outperforming Hulkenberg and getting ahead of Perez as well. That's looking really good. Not so for my teammate, who's still down in 19th place. But McLaren have moved up, and Mercedes are already a long way ahead of